Welcome back to Sunset's Ponies, everybody. So today I have a special guest, my sister, Regina.
Hello.
So she is visiting me for the first time in 2 years, so we've been having a good time with each other, and I talked to her into doing a video with me. So you can see today I got this big set. These are the fashion style ponies for G5. It's a whole set that you can buy at Target for $49.99. If you're curious, if you divide that by 6, you come out to roughly $8 per pony. So for a fashion style size, that's really not bad at all. If you buy them individually, they're well, first of all, I don't know that all of them will be released individually in this size, and if they do, they'll likely come with all the usual fashion style accessories, which means that it comes out to $15 per pony. So just be aware of that. On the front here, we have the new main 5, the Hitch Trailblazer, Izzy Moonbow, Zip Storm, Sunny Scout, and Star Scout, and Princess Petals, or Pip, as we've heard her name is. And then we have another extra guy here called Deputy Sprout. And so Hasbro has moved to using multi-language packaging. So usually in the US we would only get like the one language, but now we're getting like multiple languages on the packaging. So this is called the Shining Adventures Collection. And if we look at the back, we will have a picture from the animation of all of these ponies, and it says together they can bring magic back. So that may be a little spoiler for the movie, but we're going to open these and take a look. So while I'm opening this, Regina, why don't you tell my viewers about your history with My Little Pony?
We definitely had My Little Pony as toys in the 80s growing up. I even remember once either Robin or I got our ears pierced. Yeah, pierced. When we were 6 years old, and so it was like a prize. We got to get, our grandmother took us for a toy, and we picked My Little Pony. So I don't remember actually at that point. We might have already had some or not, because Robin is older than me. So
yeah, we definitely had some already by then.
Yeah, and so we definitely had them playing horses and just enjoying ponies of all various types for sure. But I guess My Little Ponies were special, and how they could play and being very colorful and in different shapes. So I'm sure we had many fights over them and whose was whose.
I think there was some arguments
Yes.
about Moon Dancer.
Definitely. I think she had the baby and I had the adult, but there was fights over that.
I think as an adult, I have to say that I think Moon Dancer probably was yours. Because I think Glory was mine, because I dressed up as Glory for Halloween that one year.
Oh. Yeah, but now I live in Europe, and so sometimes I'll even just duck into the toy stores to see if there's anything special that's a Europe only line or collection. Most of the time, as I send pictures back, Robin says she already knows about what's there and exists, and is not usually interested, but I try.
Well, I thank you for trying. So I'm always on, Facebook and stuff, so it'd be very difficult for you to know about stuff before I know about it. But it's very sweet because she does pick up stuff for me. So, some clothing. You sent me some shirts that are really cute.
Yes.
In fact, we got extras that I'm going to be selling at the convention, which hopefully is still going to happen in November in San Antonio. They're really cute shirts, and they have multiple like G1 ponies on them. I'm trying to get this out, but it is kind of taped in here. Let's see if I got all the tape. Here, you want to pull on it?
I think you have one more.
Oh, I missed one? Yep, you're right. I missed one. Great. So, the new packaging, as I mentioned before, Hasbro has said that they're trying to use less plastic. So they have moved to these more open type packaging with less plastic, like on the front. And
it's just a rope and not a zip tie.
Yeah, it's not a zip tie. It's like a paper rope, which are like tied in the back.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to use the scissors to just cut them out.
Yeah.
So, as we cut them out, what do you know, Regina, about the current My Little Pony?
So I know it is Generation 5. They are new characters. And they're in the same world. And so I do wonder...
The same world as
G4, which was the Friends Forever, which was a cute series and had good values and fun. So yeah, I do wonder how long down the ancestral line these are, because you can see some similarities, at least with the rainbow here, like, you know, long lost ancestor of Rainbow Dash, I guess. I don't know. And so mysteries to behold, I'm guessing the first.
You know what? I need a different pair of scissors. Alright, so here they are out of the packaging. I thought I could just really cut the ties with scissors, but it was actually kind of hard to get in there, so I just got some wire cutters, and then it was a lot better. You just have to be careful not to like clip their hair. So Regina, first thoughts.
First thoughts of with the set, it's nice that there are the two guys, because I feel like in G1, male ponies were very, very rare. Although I see they don't have moldable hair. It's this hard plastic, so that's a little disappointing, but I could see how it could be harder to have a style. But this one, she has super hard gelled hair, so I guess they could have done the same with the guys.
Yeah, they could have done the same with the guys as her, because her hair is supposed to be short.
Yeah, and it is definitely hard.
That's very hard.
Yeah.
But it is funny that it's longer in the back and they've just like curled it up.
Yeah, it's like a little bun.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Well, I'm thinking that if people wanted to, they could maybe wash this out.
Yeah. I mean, my hair can feel like that if I put too much gel in it, so
yeah.
Maybe.
But it's pretty.
But I like that all of
gelled.
their hair is different. Like, you know, she's got the braid and she's kind of got the little side twist, and so of course, I'm sure it's like that in the show for sure.
Ponytail.
She has a side ponytail,
Yeah.
so I like that. I do notice they don't have a symbol on both sides, so that is disappointing.
Yes. They haven't done that since G3 though.
Yeah. So
unfortunate thing though, there's always been complaints that they're not show accurate, because in the cartoon, even in G4, they did have a symbol on both sides. I suspect it kind of looks like in new G5, the cartoon is only going to have it on one side.
Oh.
So instead of going back to the original G1 both sides, they have made it match their animation.
Yeah. And it actually looks like their eyes are a sticker, but
yes,
they're not.
They're kind of printed on.
Yeah,
that's kind of the same as G4. G4 was the first one to really start like this printed eye instead of the nice painted eye. They do have eyebrows though now.
Yeah.
This generation has eyebrows. So it's new and interesting. I don't know how much I like it. It makes their face even more human looking. Hers are a little odd because they're like fluorescent pink.
Yeah. But I also like that the wings are different. You can see the different feather patterns on them to each other, and hers has color. That's also fun.
Yes, those I'll go into depth about the wings here. Well, in a minute. But yeah, you're right about the boys. They have molded hair. I don't know the exact reason that they decided to do that. I can only guess. My only guess is that they're trying to appeal to both boys and girls, and that their way to do it is to make the boys have the molded hair and be a little bit more like an action figure to appeal to them more. Because I don't really know why they couldn't otherwise just have short brushable hair like her.
Yeah.
Though it is really like stiff.
Yeah. But I did notice picking them up, they're a lot heavier than I expected.
Yeah, they are quite heavy.
They are not, I guess, hollow like G1.
No. I think these are going to be very difficult to customize for those who like to customize. Do you have a favorite out of what you're so far?
I definitely like the color combinations. So it's hard to say because I love blue and purple and teal. So yeah,
Yes.
purple and blue.
I
and
agree.
Also purple and then purple and teal. So even this purple with orange looks nice that I normally wouldn't pick. But I think they all look sharp. So that's exciting.
Yeah, that is good. I agree. I really love Izzy's coloring, but I also really love Zip's coloring and Pip's. I do like all of those. And Deputy Sprout here looks an awful lot like Big Mac in his coloring, basically red with yellow.
Yeah, and I was thinking she looked like Applejack. So,
she looks a lot like Scootaloo from G4,
so,
who has that coloring. But yeah, she's orange. But I like Debbie Sprout here. He's yellow. I will say, though, one thing I'm disappointed about in the packaging. I'll just throw up a picture later of the packaging. But on the back, you can see that in the animation, some of them have more horse-like markings, like they have socks and like fades down to white on their legs. And then Scout
these definitely have all the same feet. It's the same mold for sure.
Yes, I think the bodies are all the same mold. But Hitch Trailblazer in the animation, he has like a blaze on his face and like a white belly and then white socks. So it's kind of disappointed. Sad. Yeah, because that's one thing that My Little Pony hasn't done a whole lot of is like horse-like markings. So it's sad that they did it in the animation, but they didn't do it on the toys. Unless, of course, they're waiting to have like super special, like limited edition toys that have like all of the bells and whistles.
Maybe.
Okay, so I did want to do a couple of comparisons. So first thing, this is the one that just came out of the pack, and then this is the one that was sold with the accessories. And so I just wanted to take a look at her to see if there's any differences. But she looks, her tail isn't curled quite as nicely as this one is. But other than that, they look pretty much the same. Just she has her hair out.
It's definitely voluminous.
Yeah, she has like really lovely hair. But both ways they're styled in this way where it like some of it from this side comes over and then it's in this little twist to hold it back here. So
yeah, I would love if my hair could do that. But
yeah, it's really cute.
It's not so easy in real life.
So
just like the swoop in Little Mermaid. I tried for years to get that swoop. Little did I know as a kid, gravity does not allow such a swoop.
That was funny. I don't have anything to say to that.
Sorry to name drop a different cartoon.
Yeah, it's okay. Little Mermaid was totally our jam in the 80s. So
yes, we definitely both have red hair, so even more so.
Yes.
That.
And it was released in like what, 88, and
Maybe.
we would have been like under 10. So but anyway, I don't see any major difference between the one that comes in the pack and the one that comes separately. They seem to be pretty similar to me.
I concur.
Okay, great. Thank you. Next thing I was going to compare, I had somebody ask in one of my last videos about comparison between different types of G1s and other ponies. So, it's just so interesting that they did molded mane and then like a just
loose tail.
A brushable tail. But anyway, so somebody.
But it would definitely be more disappointing if they did a molded tail as well.
They did both. Yeah,
it would be very bad.
I don't know. In some ways, it kind of makes my gut say that it feels cheap. But I think that's just because in the past, the only time you saw, for the most part, the only time you saw a pony that had one thing molded and the other thing with hair, it was like McDonald's toys.
That is true.
Yeah. So I had somebody ask about comparisons to G1s because last time I compared to just a regular line G1. So for those who are curious, this is possibly one of the biggest G1s there is, and this is one of the secret surprise ponies, and they were especially big because once the saddle comes up, she's hollow in the inside. You could put your treasures and things in there. So you can see that they're still quite a bit taller than this pony, but they hold their head straight up as opposed to forward like an actual horse. But their bodies are significantly smaller than hers. You know, distractor?
I'm trying. Come over here.
Yep.
You come sit right here.
Okay, so some other comparisons between G5 and G1. We have G1 males. So this is Steamer.
You have to go one way or the other.
This is Steamer. So you can see comparison. So the boy ponies actually were some of the first to have feathering on their hooves. But that was one of the ways they differentiated, like that it was a male pony. It looks like with G5, they're doing it by giving them a more boxy shaped head, and their snout.
Compared to girls.
Yeah, it's more boxy in the jaw, and then their snout is also
a little more square.
It's more square. Because otherwise...
Yeah, his chin is definitely out further than the girls.
Yep. More of a chin. It does also look like they may be slightly thicker here than the girls.
Oh,
I think.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Right.
Slightly thicker in the chest.
Yep.
So there is a difference between the bodies, but a very minor difference. Let's see, what else did we have? Oh, yes. So, I was just comparing, so this is the Sweetheart Sisters, one of the later in the G1 line. So
they were
are
the tall, skinny ones.
Yeah,
G1.
one of the first like tall, skinny ponies. So they're kind of similar. They're really kind of similar to the Sweetheart Sisters, being the body's almost the same height in the body.
A longer neck then makes him taller.
Yeah.
Now.
All right, so that's those. And then, so wings. Let's talk about the wings. I will say these are some awesome wings. I love the metallic, like that it's slightly metallic. And they've actually painted the colors on here. They're just really pretty.
This one also has a fade, kind of from pink to almost, more silvery.
Yeah,
pink.
it's kind of a fade. It kind of looks like this is the same, just the body color, and then they faded in that metallic shade. yeah, these are some really awesome wings, and it's interesting they decided to give them different wing shapes.
Yeah, that they get a thumbs up on, creativity wise.
Yes. So I was going to look at, just kind of talk about the history of the wings. So this is Starshine. So these all G1s pretty much had wings like this. So some people interpreted this as like a small wing. I kind of thought about it as being like folded down, like that was the like I don't know,
the
wrist, the bend if they were folded down. I guess it depended on how you interpret them, but they were always like kind of folded in to the side a little bit, except they came out from the body some. But they all had this one type of wing. And then, so G2, I don't have any. There weren't actually any Pegasi in G2. The only wings that G2 did was some clip-on wings. So it was just a regular pony, and then it had like clip-on wings. And then we had G3. So G3, I think, are probably some of my least favorite wings. They definitely stand out from the body more than G1 did.
More like a stub.
Yes, they're kind of stubby. They're kind of stubby. I agree. The shape is weird. It doesn't look like. It looks almost like a seashell rather than a feathery wing. So those are G3s. And then in G4 was the first time when you started having a variety. Though the first ones were the little brushables, and they had these were really nice wings too. So if anything, Hasbro is getting better and better at their wings, because these really stood out from the body, but they still kind of had a wing shape. They weren't like super over big. They were spread out a little bit. So these were really nice wings. On the other hand, they did do some not so great wings in the first fashion styles. First fashion styles had these giant wings, but they were not very aesthetically pleasing in my opinion. The shape.
They're glittery.
They are. These are glittery. They weren't all glittery, but they aren't. They don't like these. Like have this nice rounded look.
Okay.
And these just like went straight like this. No,
I don't think I would have thought of it that deeply.
You wouldn't have cared.
Or that long. I mean, just imagining if I was 8 years old getting that at this time.
Sure, that's true. But yes, so some of these were like the standards, but then you had like your special ponies. So your princesses got like special wings. So these were really shaped like actual bird wings.
Mm-hmm. I think even in ours we had where they Fluttershy and you could push the button. They were similar to this, and you pushed a button here and they would flap.
Yeah, I didn't bring a flutter pony. I don't have one that has wings attached. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I didn't really talk about that because they aren't like the regular adult pony. Mm-hmm. But yes, G1.
These wings they remind me of that.
Oh, because they're kind of translucent.
Yeah, it's a different kind of plastic.
Yeah, the G1 Fluttershy flutter ponies, they were actually kind of like rounded, kind of shaped, but they had a button and you could push it and they would flap. But they were very delicate. They were like an iridescent clear plastic, and they broke all the time. G1 flutter ponies are not hard to get a hold of without the wings. But with the wings, they're a lot more expensive because those were super delicate. You can buy replacement wings though for those. But you're right. Those are some other G1 wings that were out there. And then there was also, lastly, I brought this Luna. So this was after the redesign, like the movie redesign for G4. And they did some really nice wings on the fashion styles. So you can kind of see they do compare a lot with Zip's wings here. Mm-hmm. So these are my little history lesson on My Little Pony wings. Yeah. I just thought it would be nice to talk about because it's the first the first G5 ponies I've had with open wings, because the little brushables I got, they have them with their wings closed, which is also an interesting choice. They did it for the first time towards the end of G4, but they started right off with having ponies with wings closed and ponies with wings open here. Well, you have any other thoughts to share?
Just wondering where they're going to go in the movie, because Friends Forever ended with an alicorn as princess, and then somewhere along the lines they all hate each other, and so they have some gaps to fill in somehow between season or G4 and G5.
Yeah. How did they get from one to the other?
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a significant amount of time difference.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, ancestors probably of these are almost so long ago that they seem like legend, maybe.
I think so.
And myth.
I think so. In fact, it's going to be so far in the future. I don't know if you saw any of the clips or some of the accessories. And Pip regularly seems to have a cell phone, like teens with cell phones type thing. We'll have to see how it goes. Are you going to watch it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
where
for sure.
I live, all kids' films are dubbed because they can't do subtitles in another language for kids because they possibly don't read yet, and so it is harder to see kids' films in the theater.
Well, this is going to be on Netflix.
Oh, it's Netflix. That's super easy. Yeah.
Yeah, they're. I think it was supposed to go to in the theater, but with the world the way it is, it's going to be on Netflix.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure it's going to be cute. I personally, I've said it many times before, prefer the more fantastical, like fantasy, like medieval fantasy. So having them set in a very modern world is never really my favorite. But we'll have to see.
It might be cute though.
I'm sure it'll be cute.
How to modernize it on how ponies may use things that we use today.
Yeah. They did it before with, even in G1, towards the end, they had My Little Pony Tales, which was when they did have ponies set in like a modern world. I don't know if you remember watching any of those.
Maybe not.
I
just remember they had pools and they had a hot air balloon and a castle, but that was in their pony world.
I don't remember if G1 had a hot air balloon. They might have.
They did, because it was for sure in the play set. And on all the pictures of that big case that we had, they definitely did. She's giving me the evil eye look like I'm wrong. There was a hot air balloon.
I don't remember the hot air balloon in G1. But I could be wrong. But I don't.
Because isn't that how they escaped those evil people? That sludge junk in that movie?
The evil oh no, they were in like a ship that was flying, that was on, no? Maybe you're thinking of G3, because we did watch some of those, and they definitely had a hot air balloon.
I did not watch G3, but maybe that is still the artwork I'm thinking of.
Maybe.
We'll see, and Robin will get back to you in the comments on who is correct.
We will go and see if G1 ever had a hot air balloon. People will probably comment in the comments.
Oh, yes.
And correct both of us.
Probably.
Okay, well, that is the fashion styles. You can get these at Target. In the past, I never bought any of these big sets because by the time they were releasing big sets of fashion styles like this, you would already have like some of them. And I hate having to buy like big sets just for like the one or two ponies that are in it. Not saying that I haven't, but I don't like doing it. But the nice thing about this is they release this right away. You can get them at Target, and that's a nice way to just get the whole set all at once. And I don't know, maybe I'll be wrong, But these others are definitely considered like the main 5. But Deputy Sprout is a secondary character, so who knows?
In the boxing, it would make it look like he's almost special.
Yeah, because
bonus pony to the set.
Bonus pony,
Yeah.
yes.
The way it's written on the box.
Yes, they've been known to do that. Hasbro is notorious for doing that, doing a big set and then putting bonus ponies in. And occasionally, those bonus ponies, the only way you can get them is
through the set.
Through the set.
You know, that marketing.
Oh, no, they're too good at it. It's very annoying.
They're professionals at it.
I know, it's very annoying for collectors. Normally, I would wait until these are like at the flea market, because I am a guarantee in a year's time I will be finding these at the flea market. But now I have the whole set all nice and clean, not played with.
Mm-hmm. No haircuts.
No haircuts.
No pin marks or teeth marks.
I know, I hate it when I find one that I didn't notice the teeth marks.
Oh, I totally chewed on the foot of one of mine.
Really?
Right through the hole. Yeah, there's
Which
a hole
one?
in the foot.
Which one?
I couldn't tell you the name.
Oh,
I don't even know if I still have it.
I don't remember having that one.
We'll see. But I definitely did chew on it.
Hmm.
But yes, Robin keeps my ponies while I live abroad.
Yeah.
Here.
I keep them safe for you. Okay, well, that's it. Do you have anything last thing to add?
Nope, that's all.
All right. Well, thank you for doing the video with me.
You're welcome.
Maybe you can do another one with me next time you're in. But that may be a while. All right. Well, let me know in the comments what you think. Who's your favorite? What are you most excited about? And I will for sure watch the movie and probably do a thoughts, video, what my thoughts are. So be looking for that. Y'all have a great summer. Y'all have a great beginning of school. Bye.
Bye.